Dude, okay, so you want to know how do I solve for the probability that z, not x, but z, will take on a value between 0, I love 0 as a starting point, and 2.8281. And you know that you should end up with this particular answer. Okay, well, to solve this problem, I'm going to use the chart that comes with my book. Now, I emphasize that this is the one that comes with my textbooks because all the charts can be set up a little bit different, and I'm going to talk about that. Okay, let me start by talking about this example that they're showing up here at the top. In their example, they're saying that what is the probability if z is equal to 1.96, and then they say find the probability between 0 to whatever z is, and okay, z is 1.96. Well, okay, so here's 0. Now this is 0 on the z axis, not the x-axis, but the z-axis. And z is our standard normal curve, right? Standard and or symmetrical about the mean, and the mean is 0 because that's part of our standard normal definition. The cool thing is if you had asked me the probability from 0 to negative infinity, that's 0.5 because it's half the curve, right? If you had asked me the probability from 0 to positive infinity, I would have said 0.5 because it's half the curve, okay? Well, you didn't ask that in this example. They said between 0 and 1.96. And so what they've done is they've used this chart and they've said z, they've said z down here to 1.9, and then they went across until it was 1.96, and that's how they came up with 0.57. Okay, but in our question, it's from 0, and for our chart, that's always the starting point. From 0 to 0.28, let's just call it 2.83. So on this particular chart, 0 is always the starting point. So all I have to look up is in my z column 2.8, and then I go across until I'm under 3, and there's the answer, 0.4977. Now, I suspect that you may be getting an answer like 0.9977. The reason that I suspect that is because most tables and most technology, when I say most, all technology that I know of, like your calculator or Excel, will give you the area from this particular point to negative infinity. Well, that's no problem because we know from 0 to negative infinity is 0.5. So we just add that on or take it off as the case may be. So if your calculator is saying, for example, 0.9977, it's because it's giving you the area under the curve, and area, of course, is probability from here to negative infinity. Now, in this problem, I didn't see an x value, and there's no information about the standard deviation or that kind of stuff, but just wanted to let you know that Excel has this great little function called norm dist. Okay, you can even see it's already actually in my most recently used list. But if you have an x value, I just make some stuff up here. How about 15? And I'll say that the mean is located at 10, and the standard deviation, oh, I'm sorry, let's say the mean is located at 100, and the standard deviation is 10. And if I'm working with continuous numbers, I would say that this is true. And, ooh, that's a very, very small number, isn't it? So maybe I should, let me make that, how about, well, how about 45? Does that help? Well, still, it's a percentage. So anyway, so you can see that it does give you that, it will solve that problem. It will solve for the area under the curve. Bad example, I apologize, but hopefully that helps you. I will send you this table just in case it's a convenience for you, and I hope this helps.